Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I know I've been gone for a few weeks, but I'm back now and ready to post some bangers this week, so stay posted. Today we're going to be going over my starting pitching projections for the Twins. And if you guys want to keep seeing this Twins series where I go over Twins happenings and things that are going on in the Minnesota Twins world, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below what you think will happen this year. Do you think Berrios is going to do really well this year? Do you think he's going to explode? How's Odorizzi going to do? Comment down below what you're thinking. But yeah, let's get right into this with my starting pitching projections for the Minnesota Twins. So to start off with, our ace, we all know who it is, Jose Berrios. The last few years, he's been our most consistent starter, around the upper to middle 3 ERA area, which is definitely good. But this year, I think he's going to take a step up. Last year, the first half of the year, from March until July, he was excellent, like a 3 ERA. That's ace material, maybe even lower ballot Cy Young material. But I think he's going to keep that up, especially in the shorter season. Like I said last year, he did really well in the first half of the year, and I think that's going to translate to this year because it's only 60 games. He did well last year in the early on. He's going to do well this year early on. Last year, in August and September, he struggled a little, but what I heard was he was kind of working on his mechanics and stuff, and if he's had, 9 months to work on it, I'm guessing he'll be gearing to go. And just looking at his underlying stats, too, last year he was 87th percentile in exit velocity, which is key in this juice ball era, if you will. You want to keep that exit velo down so people aren't cranking home runs on you. So that's really good. His hard hit percentage is low. So those are just underlying stats that I think further my point that I think he's going to have a breakout year. As far as a specific number, I'm guessing, I'm going to go with a 3.25 ERA, around a 1 whip, maybe like a 1.05, 1.1 whip, and I think he's going to get some down ballot Cy Young votes. I really think so. I think Berrios is ready to take that step this year. I don't know if he'll get in the top 5 of Cy Young, maybe, but I think he's going to get some votes this year. That's what I'm thinking for Berrios. All right, next up, Jake Odorizzi, the breakout candidate from last year. Now, if you watched my off-season recap video, you'll know that I'm a little bearish on Odorizzi. I don't think he's going to repeat last year. Just because the last few years with us, he had posted around a 4 and then a 4.5 ERA, and I'm just not buying it, I think he's going to regress this year. I would guess around a 4.1 ERA. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. So, like I said, Berrios, 3.25. Odorizzi, I'm going to say a 4.1 ERA. And like I said in my off-season recap video, I think it's a really good idea that we signed him to that qualifying offer because otherwise he would have wanted a lot of money based on the breakout year. But now, if he does regress this year, which I think he will, unfortunately, then we can keep him but pay him less. I like the qualifying offer. I don't like the regression that's coming. All right, number 3 starter. I would love to see Rich Hill slot in there. It could be Maeda. Maeda is solid, but I'm gonna go with Rich Hill as our 3 starter. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna obviously have Maeda at 3, but I would love to see Rich Hill as our number 3 starter, just because he's healthy. From what I've heard, he's healthy. He said his elbow's recovering. The recovery's going well, but he's such an elite pitcher when he's on the mound. The last few years, he's had, a 2.5 ERA or lower? That's ace, that's elite material, and we picked him up for so cheap. I love that we have Rich Hill. So, sticking with what he's been doing the past few years, I would put Rich Hill at a 3 ERA. I really think he will. Now, he's not going to be the ace like Berrios, just because he's older, he's coming off an injury. He might have some innings restrictions, a pitch count that the pitching staff will keep him to. But his veteran presence, a lefty in the rotation, all of that just makes me feel like he's gonna pop off this year. He's gonna get a 3 ERA. He's gonna be that reliable 3rd starter, even though he's not gonna be a 3rd starter. I wish he was, but that's my projection for Rich Hill. Now let's go on to the fourth best starter, or the number 4 guy, which would probably be number 3, but Kenta Maeda. Now, once again, in my off-season recap video, I talked about how at first I was hesitant, but now after thinking about it, I love this pickup that we did. I love this trade. Maeda has been quietly very consistent for the Dodgers, around a 4 ERA, even into the 3s consistently the past few years. I think he's going to continue that. I'm calling it right now. I don't think he's going to do it. I know Maeda's going to have a 3.75 ERA. Yep, that's what I'm going with. Kenta Maeda is going to have a 3.75 ERA, and he's going to be a really solid middle part of our rotation. Now, the last starter, Homer Bailey. Don't get me started on Bailey. I don't know why we're paying him $7 million a year. I really don't get it. He's not been good. I mean, if you look at his stats, he's had like a 5 ERA the past few years. You know what? I think he's going to have that again. I have Homer Bailey with a 5 to 5.2 ERA, somewhere in there. I really don't think he's going to be good. Maybe he'll be like Martin Perez last year. He'll start off sort of good, which in a shortened season could maybe mean his ERA stays low. But like by the time the postseason comes around, I don't want him getting postseason starts. So I'd peg him at a 5 ERA. So that's the starting 5 rotation. If Pineda does come back this year, when he does come back, he's not going to get a whole lot of playing time. Maybe he'll slot in for Bailey at the end there. But I think he'll do well. He did well down the stretch last year. So if he does slot in there in the 5th spot, I'm guessing he'll have like a 4.25 ERA. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Around a 4.25 ERA, which will be, better than Homer Bailey. As far as the other starting pitching options, like if someone's tired, let's say Maeda needs a day off or something, we have the options of Lewis Thorpe, Devin Smeltzer, and then Randy Dobnak. My guess would be Dobnak is like the 6th rotation guy, the first guy they'd call up. After that, maybe Thorpe and then Smeltzer. But really, it's interchangeable. Either one will be a starter and then the other long relievers, or maybe one will be on that taxi squad. But they're really interchangeable. So combined, I'm going to say all those 3 is kind of like our 6th starter, if you will. I'm guessing they'll combine for like a 4.5 ERA, around league average, maybe a little higher. I don't know. No, I'll stick with 4.5. But I think they'll be consistent. They'll be reliable. That back end fill-in starter if someone gets injured or needs a day off. That's solid production, and that's what I'm predicting. That's what I'll be happy with. So, in recap, I have Jose Berrios, our ace. We all know it. Don't try to pretend Odorizzi is. Berrios is our ace. I think he's going to get down ballot Cy Young votes and finish with a 3.25 ERA. Odorizzi, number 2 starter to start the year. I think he's going to regress. Finish with I can't remember what I said now. I think I said a 4.25 ERA. Either a 4 or 4.25 ERA for Odorizzi. Somewhere in there. I have poor memory. Rich Hill, who I believe is our 3rd starter, but will probably get the 4th spot. I think he's going to do really well, get a 3 ERA, but low innings pitch because he's old and he's injured. Kenta Maeda, I think he'll post a 3.75 ERA. Homer Bailey, 5 ERA. I'm not feeling Bailey. And then Pineda, if he comes back, like a 4.25 ERA. And then, like I said, that collection of Thorpe, Smeltzer, and Dobnak at the end, maybe a 4.5 ERA, somewhere in there. So, that's my starting rotation projection for the Twins. Once again, if you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell maybe, notifications. I heard YouTubers ask for that a lot, so might as well ask. Join the bandwagon. But yeah, if you want to see more of this Twins series, do what I just said to do, and hopefully I'll get some more videos out to you soon. See ya!